Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. The Nigeria Labour Congress in Imo State are sort of at daggers drawn with the Imo State government. We'll bring you the inside skinny right after we tell you that all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to urge you to please interact with the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app on the Android, iOS, and Windows platforms. If you have pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, tap the app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. Now, to keep you reminded of facts about our Nigerian states, let's take you to Anambra State in a moment, where we'll share with you what some of us already know. Some of us need to be reminded of the important facts about Anambra State. Capital is Awka, and the slogan is Light of the Nation. Anambra State was created the 27th of August 1991, and natural resources abound in the way of iron ore, limestone, marble and silica sand, lead, zinc, crude oil, and natural gas. Agricultural resources as well, such as cocoa, palm oil, maize, rice, and cassava. Anambra is in southeastern Nigeria and is the indigenous ethnic group of Igbo. Now we're going to stay in the southeast, in the neighborhood of Anambra State. The leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress in Imo State has condemned the suspension of workers by the state government, which it says is contrary to the agreement reached at a meeting between both parties last week. According to the union, the workers should go back to work because government move suspending them did not allow them due process. However, the state government insists that the workers were not sacked but suspended following a productivity audit of state parastatals.
Panic grips over alleged plans of mass retrenchment and a 30% salary slash by the Imo State government. This prompts the Nigeria Labour Congress, the NLC, to swing into action. An emergency meeting was set up with the state government. The NLC president, Ayuba Waba, says that from the briefs made available to him, workers in the state are unhappy with some government plans as it affects both their welfare and that of the pensioners.
We work today because of the fact that tomorrow we thought that the work we have done will be able to take care of us. This afternoon, Your Excellency, I was surprised. I don't know those partner secretaries that are retired from service. Some of them said they retired 5 years ago, but I think their gratuity benefits have actually not come their way. And to confirm the issue, I think some of the pensioners, also for 14 months, Your Excellency, have not been able to earn anything. And most of them are agents, and some have died. We want to give Your Excellency, despite the economic challenge, these are very serious issues.
While appealing to the governor to consider the plight of the workers in the state, Comrade Ayuba Waba further reiterates that workers are partners in progress and facilitate development in every society. For the state governor, Okorocha, the actions of the workers in the state is uncalled for, as most of the allegations raised against the state is untrue. He says all workers in Imo State have been paid, except workers in Adapalm. Governor Okorocha also denies plans to reduce workers' salaries or retrench workers, but he maintains his government will not condone corruption and indolence in the state civil service. He warns that anyone found wanting will be shown the way out.
As it stands today, with the exception of the other workers which have come to, there's no worker of Imo State that is being owed 1 naira salary. Before you even want them, tell them, if I go to secretariat and I don't see your seat, you are suspended. If I go to school, I don't see any teacher there. Before you tell them you are suspended, you must prove what you think of yourself. Because people have to survive.
Another meeting has been slated by the Imo State government to find a lasting solution to the issues at hand.
Staying in the southeastern region of the country, People's Democratic Party women in Anambra State are seeking divine intervention in the travails of the party at the national and state levels. The women who gathered to pray for the party as early as 7 a.m. say they will not relent until their leader, Olisa Metu, is released from prison custody. Leading the group, the state women's leader of the party, Mrs. Ngozi Okeke, says the women are burdened by all that's been happening to the party.
We've gathered in order to seek the face of God in all the trials we have been facing in PDP, both in the federal and in Anambra State. The issue of Olisa Metu is what is paining us more because he's the spokesman of PDP.
We have decided to come and seek the face of God so that our leader, Olisa Metu, will be released. We are asking God with the pity he have on the women, because God usually answers women's prayer. With our crying and weeping, we are asking God to help us release our leader, Olisa Metu. He has been the world changer and he has done so much to PDP. We know that God will hear us and do him that favor.
And now to the oil and gas sector and that niggling issue concerning the inappropriate pricing of fuel by some marketers and petrol stations. Independent marketers in Abia State have declared their determination to resist the new price regime. The leadership of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Abia State chapter, says it is not possible for them to source the product at high cost from the private tank farms outside the state and then sell at government-approved pump price. In the meantime, the motorists are not happy buying the product at 150 naira per litre.
We are trying to let government know that they should go to the source, the tank farms, and pressurize them to sell this thing to us by what they map out for them to sell to us 77 naira. But if we can't get it at that, we don't have any option other than to shut down. And we are even asking the DPR in Abia State to give us, little time. Some of us that we're able to buy very, very high, at least some days from now, to sell off what we have. So that if we cannot get at that 77 naira, we will not go to buy.
There is no way tank farm will have product at that depot will not have. NNPC Enugu depot will not have. And this thing is mostly in the southeast. At times we watch like if they are marginalizing the southeast. Kaduna Refinery is functioning now. They cannot bridge from there to east. Warri, they are bridging from Warri to north. They are bridging from Port Harcourt to north. When we don't have those things here, why should it be like that? You can never send product from Kaduna Refinery, outside Kaduna Refinery, to anywhere in the country. But they are picking from, even about depot here, they will get paper documents from Abuja to come and bridge and send that place. Then people will now come and tell us, why is it Abuja is selling? Why is Lagos selling? Why is other places selling at 650? Port Harcourt is nothing. Abba depot is the shortest kilometer pipeline in Nigeria. Why did they refuse to pump Abba depot? And that is the hope of the Southeasterners. Always we keep suffering. Everywhere you go to Calabar, they will tell you one or two things that they don't have provision for you. You go to Port Harcourt, the same thing. At the end of the day, you will end up in buying from maybe third party.
Also on the price of fuel, but this time in the south, at least 30 persons have been arrested and 5 fueling stations sealed off by the joint task force of the members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in Rivers State for selling above the regulated pump price of premium motor spirit petrol. Many of the stations visited were found to be selling between 110 and 150 naira through their meters. Although the meters read the regulated price of 86 naira 50 kobo. Our correspondent Emmanuel Irei reports.
A dramatic scene as the supervisor of this filling station tries to escape from the arrest of officers and men of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. is a joint operation between members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and the NSCDC to enforce the new pump price fixed by the federal government.
I bought it 105 years before.
So now you want to buy at how much?
Normal price, 86.50. It will be better for me. So I started to see the way they are dragging. I asked what happened. This young man told me that I should wait, I will buy the fuel. So he now go and open gate. Before I know, I see all these people. I asked why. And say they are selling 130, where they're not supposed to sell 130. Because the normal price that even them right here, they write 87 naira.
Formerly they were selling 120, but when DPR came this morning, stopped them, they asked them to stop sales. So because of DPR now, they have to reset the meter for a normal price, 86 naira 50 kobo.
Elsewhere, an argument ensues between this operator and a young man who claims to have bought the product above the regulated price.
The thing is completed. It's 25 liters that you give it to us. My friend, who are you shouting at?
Then more arrests are made.
All the filling stations we've gone to, they sell above pump price. And we call that economic sabotage. So we know that the law has a way of taking its course, which the civil defense is very much capable of doing. The problem we have in this country is that indiscipline has eaten us so deep that when people try to change the system, we don't follow. We cry foul because the system wants to be changed. We must do what is right in Nigeria. We must help the masses to live right.
According to the task force, the idea is to ensure that marketers comply with the directive of the federal government for the good of the people. Emmanuel Ere, Channels Television News.
You're watching news across Nigeria. The Minister of Niger Delta is working with the Ondo State government to ensure security in the oil-producing area of the state. That's next. Stay with us.
ChannelsTV.com is your most trusted news website, using responsive design for a richer user experience.